Hey guys, welcome to the Quad S educational course. Before we get started, here's the disclaimer. Trading securities can involve high risk and potential loss of funds. Furthermore, trading on margin is for experienced investors and traders only, as the amount you may lose can be greater than your initial investment. Likewise, short selling as a securities trading strategy is extremely risky and can lead to potentially unlimited losses. I am not a financial advisor. Any and all information discussed is for educational purposes only and should not be considered tax, legal, or investment advice. Trade at your own risk. Alright, in this video here, we're going to go over the SS2 strategy. So the SS2 is very simple to identify. You look for a missed monthly pivot. So here on AEI, let's have a quick look at the 4-hour chart. So we're just going to locate the trade that we're doing, which is this one right here. And at the same time, I located a resistance right here. See how there's a pump here? It touches here, and it touches here, and it touches this right here. You could have brought it up here. You could have brought it down like this, so it touches this green here. If I zoom in a little bit, see, it touches the green here, touches almost these two. So you could have done like this. You could have brought it down just a little bit like this. Just anywhere in this range would have been an awesome SS4 trade. Okay, but there was a missed monthly pivot right here at 248. Okay, so we got to identify that one. This one here has been hit because if you look at this price here, it kind of like jumps down, halts down. So this one has technically been hit. This one here has been hit because if you look at the price, it goes all the way up. This one has been hit, and everything else is just way too high to even worry about. So now, see how like these point here, even if I didn't have all this here, you could have done a resistance point here, and look, this pump right here, doop, you would have nailed it. This one here, you would have been just under it, but it's fine. You won't nail all your SS4 trades like this. But anyways, let's go back to the actual trade for us. This is on January the 2nd. Now, you could have done an SS4 trade here. Absolutely not a problem. But I'm not awake at that time at 4 o'clock. So I'm not doing it. Even if you did do it here, it's totally fine. You take your SS4 trade here. It comes up like this. You just let it do its thing. I don't like to average up early. It's like the difference between here and here is only 50 cents. Don't average up. It will create more problems than not. You want to average up when the stock goes like 100% against you. Like you're just like, oh my god, this is going crazy. That's when you want to average up another resistance, another missed monthly pivot, an SS3, that kind of stuff, or even SS1 if it's pumps really, really high up. Because what happens here is if you average here, you go from your average being 208 to about 228. Not worth it, because then now your stop loss is half. Instead of being your 333 or your 666, depends if you go 5% or 10%, now it becomes 166, right? Your stop loss would become 166. Like you're still fighting here, or 333, but just don't average up when the stock is this close. So either pick this one here or pick this one here. Even if you pick this one here, this would have still been a winner, because you go from here to the EMA, which would have been still 30 cents. But like I said, I'm not awake at 4 a.m., so I waited. And when you see it following this monthly pivot like this, it's fine. You just go in at any time. So anytime you're awake, from here you go to the EMA 200. That is our preferred profit target, and you get a nice 71 cents. Okay, now let's go have a look at BOAS. We'll go on the 6th. So this one here is the current monthly pivot. This is also considered a missed monthly pivot, right? So this here pumps 85%. You take the position right here. Now you'll probably say, hey, Simon, you've been stopped out. Watch, it's very close. 333 is what we're looking for. This is your magic number, 921. Nope, didn't get stopped out, and it came right back down. It pumped again. You would have been worried here, hey, it might go even higher. Not worried about it. You know, these stock, if you do a good stock selection, that means your dilution tracker shows medium or high on everything. You don't have much to worry about. They almost always tank, okay? And you cover over here for a nice 202 win. And if you look at the 4-hour chart on this one here, this one here is easy to identify because it's the current monthly pivot. And if you look over here, current monthly pivot, it nailed it, but this was not a trade because according to dilution tracker, everything's on low. So this here must have been a dilute, and then they brought everything from being medium to low for this one here. So this was not a trade for us, but it still did its pump and dump. So just make sure that your dilution tracker shows everything medium to high. IMRX. This one here was on the 7th. Okay, let's just find the missed monthly pivot. So as you can tell here, there's no missed monthly pivot here. You know, there's some resistance right here. Let's just do, just for the fun of it, and see what happens if we were to do one. Let's just say right here. Okay, we'll put that orange for resistance. That's an SS4. We're going to talk about it later, but I'm just talking through it. And see how you see some resistance here? I'd actually bring this down maybe a little bit like this. Okay, but you can clearly see a missed monthly pivot here, right? So now let's go to the 5-minute chart. Missed monthly pivots are red. Let's find the trade on the 7th. Okay, now let's just do some measurements from the close before right here. From this to here is 28%. We do not do this trade. Your missed monthly pivots, you want to see at least 70, give or take 5%. Okay, so this here was definitely a trade. We're looking at 67%. So you enter right here, and this stock goes against you a little bit, not a big deal, and then it comes right back down, like it just crashes hard right down here to the EMA 200. That's our profit target of 120, 121-ish. That was a very nice trade. Then we're going to look at SXPP. No, TP. Yeah. We're just going to go to the 4-hour chart. We're going to look at the stock. So we're playing this trade here. So as you can tell, there's not really any resistance in this area here. You know, I like to see multiple tops. I don't see any resistance, but you know, look at this missed monthly pivot right here. And if you look at this one here, this pivot was hit right here, so it's no longer missed. This here is not missed. This one here is missed here, but look, it gets hit right here, so it's not a missed monthly pivot. So now let's go back to the 5-minute chart. Let's find the trade. And this one here, one of our members actually caught this one. I was like 5 seconds too late, but it pumped. He analyzed, he located, did his limit order, boom, nailed it, and look at that, it crashed right back down. So I wasn't able to get this one, but somebody in our group did. Boom, right there, a nice 209 win within 10, 20, 30, 35 minutes. Huge win. Right, so the SS2s are very easy to identify. Now here's the thing with the SS2s and SS4s. You're catching the stock on the way up, which means that the price could go much higher. Okay, so you understand that these are very high risk for a very high reward. Now with DTIL, let's just find the trade real quick here. So this is what we're trading right here. I don't see any SS4 trades. There's no resistance. See here, there's a missed monthly pivot. And also the easiest way to find them is just to remove your SS1 thing. Just remove it like this. It just removes a lot of the noise. You can see it right away. Boom, right here. Look at that. This one here has been hit. This one here has been hit. This one here has been hit. And they have all been hit. This one here has not been hit during the month, but it was hit after, which means that it is not a missed monthly pivot. The next one is actually the 16 candle. So the 16 candle, we're going to go red like this. We're going to make it red. Red is SS2. Orange is SS4. And you can tell that the difference here is so big, you do not have to worry about this one. 112%. Just know that it could go there, but by the time it gets there, you'll be stopped out anyways. And back to the 5-minute chart. If we locate the trade right here, the day before, it pumped, 68%. You take that limit order at the 761. Some people like to do 5 to 10 cents smaller. That way you know you hit it. For example, here, if you have taken this here, this did a high of 744, so you still not have been, you would not have hit this one, even if you did 10 cents lower. But you'll see sometimes you'll be just under it. So I like to do 5 cents below. You nail it. And let's just bring back our SS1. Maybe you can see our profit target. And it goes from here right to here. Boom. 212. So because you're taking the trade on the way up, like I said, be cautious on your SS2s. If you want, you can do a half position on the SS2. For example, here you do half position here, close below, take it here, finish your one position because you did half and half. You would average about right here, which would have been fine. You can take a position here when you see it pump up a little bit to a next resistance point. Take another 15 there. That way your one first trade is in the midpoint right here. But I just do just straight up 30 shares on all my entries. And the reason why I do 30 is I'm growing a $2,000 account. But if you have a $3,000 account, you'll be doing 45 and so forth. But yeah, SS2 trades, like I said, high risk, high reward, and you don't see them very often. Most of your trades are going to be SS4s once you get really good. But for starting out, you'll be doing SS1s and 2s. The 3s are in the aftermarket or very late in the afternoon. Aftermarket, I don't like dealing with those, so personally, I don't do it. I have family time after 1 o'clock, so once 1 o'clock is done, I'm done trading. I don't go into new trades after 1 o'clock. So, anyways, that's it for this video. If you have any questions, head over to our Discord and I can answer all your questions there. And that's it.